everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make these little baby booties for a baby from 0 to 3 months. This one here has shells all around. I'm going to show you how to make it this way and this way without any shells. This one here is the same one as this one. I did this one for a baby boy. This one up here is the same as this one, except that one is a little bit bigger. It's for a baby between 3 and 6 months. The way that I'm going to show you how to make these baby booties, you can make them bigger. If you want your baby booties for a baby between 3 and 6 months, all you need to do is just use light number 3 baby yarn with a 3mm crochet hook. For a baby between 6 and 9 months, same thing, light number 3 baby yarn with a 3.25mm crochet hook. And for a baby between 9 and 12 months, again, light number 3 yarn with a 3.5mm crochet hook. And for those of you who ask what type of yarn I'm using today, I'll be using Lion brand Baby Soft. It's a light number 3 and in the color Parfait Print. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we need to make our baby booties for a baby from 0 to 3 months is a 2.5mm crochet hook and light number 3 baby yarn. Here I have 12 chains, so beginning on the second chain from the hook, I'm going to insert my hook through this first chain, making sure that I go through only one of the loops. And I'm going to make a half double crochet. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and into the same one here I'm going to make one more, so this would be 12. Okay, and then now here we're just going to work along this side now, beginning here, 13, and into the same space, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and into the same space, 24, and right here where we left one and then to the second, right here I'm going to make my 25th half double crochet. Okay, and this is how I complete this first row. Okay, so now for the second row, all you're going to do is make half double crochets in between each one of these half double crochets that we have done on this row. So beginning here, I'm going to go in between and make my first half double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, and between the stitches, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Okay, 24 half double crochets. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so now again for rows 3 through the 9th, same thing in between each of the stitches, okay? Half double crochets all around. It's just a continuous round where we don't join with slip stitches. All we do is just work half double crochets between each stitch. Okay, so continue like this all the way around. Remember, at the end of every row you're going to end with 24 half double crochets. So I will meet you at the end of the 9th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 9th row. I measured it, and it measures from here to here. It measures 5 centimeters, which is 2 inches. The beginning of our row is right here where I have the stitch marker, so I have marked 12 stitches along the top, this part here, and then 12 stitches along the back. So now we're going to start counting our rows again. So rows 1 through 8th, this is what you're going to do. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, you're going to turn, and we're going to work half double crochets now going back this way. We're going to do this back and forth, back and forth. We're not going to work rounds anymore, okay? So beginning here between this first half double crochet and this one here, I'm going to insert my hook and make my first half double crochet. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 half double crochets. And now we're going to chain 2, we're going to turn, and now we're going to work along this way. So again, in the space between this half double crochet and then this one here in the middle, I'm going to start making my half double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. This last one here where we have the 2 chains. Okay. So this is all you're going to do for rows 3 through the 8th. So continue like this. I will meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making my 9th rows. This is what it looks like so far. And then here I just cut my yarn and just passed the string through the last stitch, and this is what it looks like. Now I measured it, so from here to here it measures 10 centimeters, which is 4 inches. And now what we're going to do is, this part here is going to be the top of our booty, and then this part here is going to be our sole, and then now we're going to work on the heel. And to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to count this part here, we're going to divide it. So starting up here, we're going to count these little holes. So 1, 2, 3. On the third one, I'm going to put a stitch marker. And then from this side, we're going to count. These are the 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3. So on the third one, I'm going to put another stitch marker. So right there. Okay, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook here into this stitch that's right next to where I have my stitch marker. And I have a loop here ready, and I'm just going to introduce it through the front like this. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to pull this loop here, and then I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and then I'm going to insert my hook into there and grab this loop and bring it through the front like this. Okay, and then now I'm going to do a yarn over and into this first space right here where I introduced that loop. I'm going to make my first half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 half double crochets in this middle part. Okay, and then now I'm going to remove my stitch marker on this side, because right here where I had the stitch marker, I'm going to make a slip stitch just like this, and then I'm going to pull on this loop, and then I'm going to insert my hook right here, which is the one to the second space if you count from the top, and I'm going to bring this loop again through the front like this. I'm going to turn, yarn over, and then work my first half double crochet here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then now I'm going to go into this second space, 1, 2, if you count from the top, and make a slip stitch, and then I'm going to pull my yarn and go into this first space and bring this loop through the front like this. Now I'm going to turn and then yarn over and then work my 6 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 half double crochets. And then now to finish this row, I'm just going to join here to the first space and make a slip stitch. And this part here is done. I'm just going to cut my yarn and then pass this through this last stitch and pull, and here's our heel. This is what it looks like. Okay, that's what it should look like. Okay, so now let me show you what we need to do next. Okay, so now that we finished making our heel, I turned it over to the right side. This is going to be now the right side. So here what we're going to do is right here on this side, there's a little space up here where this is where this row joins right here, and then up here in this next stitch right there, I'm going to introduce my hook through there and then pull this loop that I have ready and bring it through the front like this. Then I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to turn, and we're going to work half double crochets all around. Okay, so starting here in this very first space, I'm going to make a half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So I have 24 half double crochets all around. And then now here, what we're going to do is in this part here, the top part, the first stitch that we have here, the first space, not this one here because this one already has a stitch in it. This one here, the first one, this one doesn't have a stitch, so I'm going to make a slip stitch, okay? And I'm going to pull this loop and I'm going to go up. So this stitch here is where we did the slip stitch into this next one. I'm going to pull this loop through the front like this. I'm going to turn, yarn over, and now I'm just going to work my 24 half double crochets all the way to the other side, to this side. Okay, so there's 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
23, and 24 half double crochets. So now we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. This is right here is where we started, so into the next stitch I'm going to make a slip stitch. I'm going to pull this loop, I'm going to go up. This is where we did the slip stitch into this next one, and I'm going to grab this loop and bring it through the front. I'm going to turn, and now again I'm just going to go back and work my 24 half double crochets beginning here. So 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23,
and 24 half double crochets. Okay, so now here I'm going to join into this stitch here. There's a stitch here into this one that there isn't anything. I'm going to make a slip stitch. Again, I'm going to pull on this loop. I'm going to go up one loop or one space. This is where we did the slip stitch. Into this space here, I'm going to go through and pull this loop through the front like this and then turn. And then now I'm going to work again my 24 half double crochets all around. Okay, there's 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 22, 23,
and 24. Okay, right here I'm going to put a stitch marker to mark the beginning of these rows here, because from here on what we're going to do is I'm not going to join with a slip stitch. I'm just going to work a continuous round for 9 rows, just like this. So instead of joining with a slip stitch, right here where I would have joined, I'm just going to make my half double crochet all around this top part. Just like this. This is all we're going to do. So I'll just show you where we have the stitch marker. Okay, I made it here where I have my stitch marker. Okay, so you're going to continue like this for 9 rows, and this is what it looks like so far. Here's our baby booty. Okay, you can even just do a couple rows and just leave it at that. I'm going to show you how to do the girl version with the little shells around, or the boy version, which is just a simple trim here around at the end. So I'll meet you at the end of the 9th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 9th row, and the way that we can tell we have 9 rows is here's my stitch marker. So this is row 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I have a total of 9 rows. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is now with this booty here, I'm going to show you how to do the booty for boy, where we don't have anything around, and in another with another booty I will show you how to do these shells all around and the ribbon as well, or a space to put the ribbon in. Okay, so here what we're going to do is into the next stitch, which is this one here, I'm going to go in and make a slip stitch. And now this is how I complete this part. Okay, so now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 4. I already have 1 chain, so this is 2, 3, 4 chains. I'm going to skip this space here and into the next. Right here I'm going to make a double crochet, chain 2, skip this space and into the next, double crochet, chain 2, skip this space and into the next, a double crochet, chain 2, skip this space and into the next, a double crochet. You're going to continue like this all around. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this round here. I just joined to the beginning right here where we had our first 4 chains, and with a slip stitch I completed this row. Okay, so now for the next row what we're going to do is I'm going to chain 1, 2, and into this space here I'm going to make a half double crochet, and into the next chain 2 space I'm going to make 2 half double crochets. Okay, and now into the next chain 2 space, again 2 half double crochets. This is all you're going to do for this row, just making half double crochets inside the chain 2 space. So 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2, and into the next, 1 and 2. Okay, so continue like this all around. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. I'm just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch. Okay, so now here what we're going to do is for this row and 1 more row, so for 2 rows, we're going to chain 2, and into this first space here, I'm going to make my half double crochet, and in between each of the stitches, 1 half double crochet. Okay, so right here there's 2, so right in between I'm going to make my half double crochet. Okay, this is all you're going to do for this row and 1 more. So I will meet you at the end of the 2nd row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. I'm just going to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch. And now for our last row, I'm going to chain 1, and into the same space here where I did my slip stitch, I'm going to make another slip stitch. Chain 1, into the next stitch here on top, slip stitch, chain 1, into the next stitch, slip stitch, chain 1, and into the next, same thing, slip stitch, chain 1. You're going to continue like this all around. I will meet you here to show you what it looks like and show you how to do the other one for girls. Okay, I'm here at the end. I cut my yarn, so here I'm just going to join where I did my first chain with a slip stitch, and then I'm just going to pass this through this last loop and then pull nice and tight, and here it is. This is what it looks like. So now all you need to do is just hide this yarn and then turn it over, just like this. And here's our baby booty. Okay, this is what it looks like. Here's the heel. Okay, and then all you need to do is just put a ribbon through on this side. This here, I did it for a boy, like this right here, or it could be for girls. I think it looks pretty cute as well, if you don't want to do the shells, which I'm going to show you next how to do this part. Okay, so for this part that follows is for those of you who want to do shells around this part of your booty, okay? And it's the same up to this part where we did the double crochet chain 2. So the next row that follows is where the change comes. And the way that we're going to work this next row is we're going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, into the same space that's here, I'm going to go in and make a double crochet. Okay, and then into the next chain 2 space, I'm going to make again a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. We're just making V stitches. Okay, and then again into the next chain 2 space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, same thing for the next chain 2 space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. This is all you're going to do for this row, so continue like this. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm almost done here. I finished my last V-stitch, and I'm just going to join here where I have these chains with a slip stitch. Okay, and this is how I complete this row. Now for the next row, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to chain 1, and immediately into this same space here, this first space, I'm going to make 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and into this first V-stitch, I'm going to make a single crochet. Okay, and then we have a V-stitch inside that next V-stitch, 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then again into the next V-stitch, a single crochet. And then now we have again a V-stitch, 5 double crochets inside that V-stitch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then again into the next V-stitch, a single crochet. You're going to continue like this all the way around. I will meet you here to show you how we're going to complete this row and then show you what our little booty looks like. Okay, I'm here at the end. I finished making my last fan here. So into this next V-stitch, I'm just going to make my single crochet. And here where I made my first chain, I'm going to go in there and make a slip stitch. And then now I cut my yarn and I'm just going to pass this through this last loop. I'm going to pull it, and then this part here I'm going to hide it. And here it is. This is what it looks like with our shells around. Okay, so now I'm just going to put some ribbon around this part here, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here are my baby booties. This is what they look like. This one here is the one where we did the shells all around. There it is. Okay, and remember that you can make these baby booties up to 12 months just using different hook sizes. And then this one here is the same one as this one with just a nice trim all around. And here it is. Okay, so this has been today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.